Shruti Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Logashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bhatarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavandau Punah Punah Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmatacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Beda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Ukaro Anthakaro Vai Rukarastan Nivartakaha Anthakara Nirodhitvat Gururitya Vidhiyate Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavathitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Bhadram Karne Vishrniyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshaviryachatraha Sthirairangai Sushtuvam Sasthanupihi Vishema Devahitam Yatayuhu Sustina Indro Vruttashravah Sustina Pusha Vishwavedah Sustinastharchu Arishtanemihi Sustino Brahaspatir Dathatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We are studying Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad is giving the extraordinary details about the syllable Om. What are the significance of Om? The way it presented is like this. First of all, the first two mantras introduces the very syllable Om is everything. What is happened in the past, what is happening in the present tense, what is yet to happen in the future, everything is nothing but Om. But Omkara is a designation, a name for an object. We know that the name and the object are invariably connected in this material world. When I say a pot, pot is a name for an object. Immediately, the form of the pot will comes in the mind, in the form of thought. There is an invariable connection between the name and the object. So, whenever I study the name of something, it will attract the object also to me. So, the very word Omkara is a name for the all-pervasive Lord. We call it Brahman, Paramatman, Atma. In English, if we literally translate, even though it is not completely correct, individual soul. Omkara is a name for the individual soul. Omkara is the name for the all-pervading Lord. Both are one and the same. That equation should be understood properly. That is the whole mission. How I can be the all-pervasive Lord. That's the whole teaching also. So, after introducing the name, then the Upanishad told that very Om is Brahman. I am Atma Brahma. The next sentence is also something like dynamite. The all-pervasive Lord is called Brahman, and the Omkara is the name for Brahman. And the individual soul is nothing but Brahman. All these things are explained in the first and second verses. Then goes, in order to study the individual soul, even though it is unknown, there is a sentence which are used by the scholars and the teachers of tradition. Adhyaropa apavatena nishprapancham prapanchate. Adhyaropam, superimposing something which is unknown, on that we superimpose certain things which are known. Then we will take away the superimposed things, and the unknown is revealed through this formula. Like when you want to point out a star in the sky in the midst of other stars, you will show your friend, can you see this tree which is right in front of you? Yes. Go to the third branch of the tree. Yes. And go to the last leaf. Yes. And on the last leaf, the tip, there is a red star. Did you got it? Yes. Did you get it? Yes. On that red star, there are three other stars. Can you see? Yes. And on the top or on the left, that star is there, which is Jupiter. This is how we point out an unknown thing from the known things. Adhyaropa apavadena nishprapancham prapanchate. Now, after getting what is Jupiter in the sky, your friend don't need a tree or a branch or a leaf or some other stars in order to identify the Jupiter, because those things are only to show the right thing. After showing the right thing, they have been taken away from the mind or from our scheme. This is called Adhyaropa Apavadena Nishprapancham Prapanchate. From the known to the unknown. Even though the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad stated that very all-pervasive Brahman is you, the Atman, the individual soul, the consciousness. I am unaware of the consciousness, or I am not very clear what is being pointed out by the Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad. Because in my daily life, I am very much habited to understand a thing which are having some forms. Mind is very capable to identify a thing which is having a form. When I say this is a cat, next time I don't need to say this is a cat. You have already a form of the cat inside your memory. And next time when you see a cat, you will say to me, this is a cat. So mind is very much familiar of understanding the external things in the form of their in their forms, how they are shaped in the creation. But the individual soul is formless. That's the problem. I cannot identify myself what is an individual soul. I know a lot of things in the world. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm an engineer. I'm a doctor. I know how to cook sambar. I know how to cook medu vadai. I know how to cook the falafel. I may be knowing lot of things, but they are having form and there is a way to teach. But here, we need to make understand which is not having a proper form. What is formless is the topic. Now, we will apply that systematic way of making understand the unknown things. But I told you, Adhyaropa apavatena nishprapancham prapanchate. The unknown things are revealed through a formula of applying the non-things on them and pointing the unknown, and they will be taken away. So here, the individual soul being formless, the Upanishad started to teach the three states occurring on the individual soul. We are very familiar with that three states which are occurring in the individual soul, one after another. What are they? Jagrata avastha, waking state, very familiar. Because in the waking state only, I meet people, I eat my food, I drive my vehicle, I enjoy my ideas which are inside my mind. I will have a relationship. I will have a cup of tea at the right time. Everything I do in my waking state. I am very familiar. My senses are in full throttle and they go outside world and they grasp the things and they bring to my mind, and some things are really attractive. Towards them I go and I enjoy. Some things are not meant for me. For them I keep away. So that waking state is familiar. Now dream state, which is also familiar, the ideas which are taken from the waking states, the impressions of my experiences, the ambitions which are carrying in my mind, everything all mixed up together. All mixed up together. And they create a world. But this world is not taken from the external things or external world. This world is created by the consciousness. And all are in the form of thoughts. Everything will be in the form of thoughts. So who is the perceiver of these thoughts? That is also in the form of thoughts, the perceiver. Who the perception, that is also in the form of thoughts. So the entire consciousness get divided into three, and perceiver, perceived, and perception. All three together become the dream state. Just our mental modifications, our thoughts. Our thoughts will give certain experiences, and when we wake up only, we will know that it is unreal. What was happened is unreal. This is called dream state, Swapna Avastha. And there is another state where all the experienced object in the waking state, all the sense organs of my physical body, all the senses of my subtle body like mind, ego, memory, everything, all together get merged or enveloped by the ignorance, covered by the ignorance. And my personalization is not there. I am not aware of my physical body. I am not aware of my place where I am sleeping. I am not aware of my things, what I am obsessed with. I am not aware of my wife, children, or the world, or my pets. Nothing. Everything get merged without losing its personal characteristics. And I will enjoy a certain amount of happiness because there is no division, there is no perception of other than anything. Only the ignorance, which is the hindrance of knowing, is the dukkha abhavaha, suspension of dukkha. There is no division. I am not there. The dog which can bite me is not there. Nothing is there. Dukkha abhava. When there is no division that my wife, my children, my home, my job, nothing is there. Dukkha abhava. That dukkha abhavaha is translated in the form of happiness. I am sleeping or I slept without knowing anything and I am very happy. That happiness is not talking about the ultimate happiness. Ultimate happiness is something different, but this happiness is due to the not knowing of anything other than the ignorance. There is no division of perceiver and perceived and perception. So there is a dukkha abhavaha. We translate in the form of happiness. Now, there are three states now. We clearly understood. But Upanishad is not meant for studying the three states. Upanishad doesn't have any priority to study the three states. Upanishad has the priority to teach the witness of the three states. Who is the witness? Who is untouched by the experiences occurring in the waking state, experiences in the dream state, or the happiness which is formed, which is assumed in the deep sleep state? Who is the witness of these three? This is the priority. And this will be our human goal. who is ever touched by any our relationships in the external world. The bondages comes from the external world due to the assumption of the relationship. Oh, she is my wife. My God, she don't listen. Oh, they are my children. Oh, my shop. What are the risks in my shop? These are all in the form of thoughts, and the bondages are there. But when you understand that you are not this physical body or the things which are externally perceived, connected with this physical body, you are the base of all these things which are not at all there, then you are ever free. You take the superimposed body as myself or yourself, and I assume all these things are related to me. I have to be grieved all the time. So, in order to remove the superimposition and in order to make understand the substratum of the superimposition, the Upanishad is working overtime for me. And now we are in the third verse of kārikā. Remember that kārikā is a treatise written by the Gaudapada Acharya for this Upanishad. In our traditional teachings, we study Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad along with kārikā. And Gaudapada is the guru of Govinda Bhagavad Pada, and Shankara is the disciple of Govinda Bhagavad Pada. So, for the sake of keeping in the memory, I repeat things, and that's my way of teaching. It will be helpful also. Avritti asagrat upadesha. When there is something to understand properly, the repetition is needed. But in a poetry, the repetition is a wrong idea. Okay. So, here we are going to study the third verse of kārikā, which I already mentioned you. I will read once again and I will give you the explanation. Vishvaha hi stula bhung nityam taijasaha pravivikta bhuk ananda bhuk tatha prajnaha tritha bhogam nibhodata. Vishvaha hi stula bhung nityam taijasah pravivikta bhuk ananda bhuk tatha prajnaha tritha bhogam nibhodata. Vishvaha, the entity what we are under sub discussion, that individual soul will get a name called Vishvaha when he appears or when he witnesses the external experiences. Sthula book, one who enjoys the gross object, Nityam, always. The Vaishvanaraha or Vishvaha. And Taijasaha Pravivikta book, the same entity who is called individual soul in the form of consciousness will get the name Taijasaha, we already studied, will be always enjoying the mental modifications in the dream state. What are the things perceived? What are the experiences gone through? What are the impressions from the people's oral speech and listening to somebody? Lot of impressions get inside. Some are pure, some are impure, some are useless, some are very useful. Lot of communications are going around me in the waking state. I pick up everything and I keep inside my mind. All these things will become mental modifications. different forms of thoughts, and it will be the material for the dream state. Impressions, ambitions, and the communications which I got through other people, all these things come together. And when it comes in the dream, and the witness will get the name Taijasaha. And Ananda book Tada Prajnaha. Prakarshena Ajnaha Prajnaha. Not knowing anything about oneself. There is no individual identification in the deep sleep. That's why Prajna. A lion is not thinking that I am a lion. A human being is not aware of that. It's a human being. A bird is not aware of that bird's body. That's why Prakarshena Ajnaha, completely unaware of anything, enveloped by the ignorance, covered by. Ananda book, when there is no division, there you will get a peace of mind which is temporary. That is called Ananda book, one who enjoys Ananda, happiness. In the sleep, there is no grieveness. Nobody will be worried in the sleep. No, 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 my friend got upset when sleeping. That is dream state. It's not the deep sleep state. If you see some dreams, that's called dream state. Sopnavastha. If you get your teeth comes to rubbing each other, you make some voices in the dream sleep, dream state. That's all due to the ideas which you took from the external world, like, I am afraid of ghost. There is ghost inside the external world. Somebody puts some black magic on me. These are all ideas of mind. If you keep your mind, there is nothing like that in the world. Nobody can hurt you. Nobody can insult you. Nobody can make you a doll by using all these things. When yourself, you are almighty individual, what is the point of being afraid of somebody's curse, somebody's black magic, somebody's ideas about you? People will have different opinion about about me or you. Why should we worry? According to their knowledge only, they make an opinion. I am not the opinion of them, correct? So don't worry about anything externally coming towards you, and you don't keep inside your mind. There are movies which are talking about ghost. It's a complete imagination. Of course, there may be some ideas pre-existing from the previous birth in a person about what he or she has taken in the previous birth, and that vasanas will come out. That is why we have certain experiences, like a person who was in Tamil Nadu one day started to speak some Hindi. He is an ignorant guy who is selling fish, but he started to speak Hindi in the sleep or in the dream state, because the last birth have certain understanding. Previous birth was somewhere in a place where the Hindi language is the communication, So that's nothing to worry about, or somebody entered in him. There is no entry of somebody in a physical body. When you are sitting in a chair, nobody can sit in that same chair because you are already seated on that. Similarly, you are having a human body superimposed on this super consciousness, what we call individual soul. Nobody can come and again sit in you. These are all mental worries which are pre-existing from past. We can take care of them psychologically or approach a proper person or guidance of a proper person will rectify everything. Traditional teaching is the best medicine to cure all these type of mistaken ideas. Like somebody cursed me, somebody put black magic on my car, somebody put black magic in my shop, somebody has done something in behalf of my destruction. These ideas you don't keep inside your mind. Nobody can hurt you, nobody can make you small or insignificant through their ideas, because you are the Almighty Brahman. You are not the body. As long as when you think I am this body, you have to go through all these type of mental worries. So the traditional teaching, what it says, that consciousness, when it appears in the waking state, it get the name Vishwa and enjoy the external things. That consciousness, when it appears in the dream state, it will get the name Taijasaha, the same consciousness. And in the dream state, it will enjoy the mental modifications, which are the material collected from the external world. And that same consciousness, who is the witness, who will be witnessing the non-divisible section, without having any division, everything get merged. The consciousness will be the witness for this. And he will get the name Prajnaha. Without knowing anything, you will sleep, then you will get the name Prajnaha. And they have three types of enjoyments. Bhogam, Nibodhada. May one come to know these three types of enjoyments in waking state, dream state, and deep sleep state. And remember that our priority is not study about these three states. From the known, we are traveling to the unknown. Then, again, something which are very familiar to us, the kārikā quotes, Gaudapada Acharya quotes like this. The fourth, kārikā number 4. Stūlam tarpayade vishvam praviviktam tu taijasam anandascha tatha praptam tratha triptim nibodhata. Once more I will read. Stūlam tarpayade vishvam praviviktam tu taijasam anandascha tatha prajñam tratha triptim nibodhata. Stūlam tarpayade nityam vishvam. The gross objects will satisfy the Vaishvanaraha, the witness of waking state. We have deep ambitions. If I have money, if I have power, if I have people to work along with me, I will change the entire world. I will rectify all the people who are causing trouble and terrorists. Like this, lot of ambitions are. According to one's own power, according to one's own ideas, according to one's own money, they enjoy different things in the external world. They try to do the things in the external world. This is called enjoyment of gross objects, and it will satisfy oneself. A celebrity will marry another celebrity. A fisherman will marry another fisherwoman from a family of fishing. Still they enjoy, they get different level of enjoyment. It's not that they don't get any enjoyment. An engineer will marry a man who is in the same level. They get some enjoyment. Somebody eats burger. Somebody eats bread. It will satisfy oneself. According to the knowledge, according to the power, according to the money, the level of enjoyment will go up or go down. If you have enough money, you run a hotel and supply for others, and you will also enjoy from that. Or you will keep a cook who can cook different things for you. If you don't have money, you just enjoy from a hotel. If suppose we are living in alms, we are in the mercy of others. Still there is an enjoyment. So everybody have different level of enjoyment. But every enjoyment, even though it's very high for somebody, it's medium for somebody, it's very low for somebody, it will satisfy the witness of waking state. That's why it is told here, Sthulam Tarpayade. The gross objects will satisfy. Gross objects satisfies the Sthula book, Vaishwanaraha. The witness is satisfied. Why? That much aware about the world and that much knowledge is there. Suppose you have an extra knowledge to go to a traditional teacher and know what is the reality behind the world and myself, then you will be urging to get the entire idea about the reality about oneself. That will only satisfies in the waking state. We are here to study Māṇḍūkya Upaniṣad every Sundays. Why the same people are gathering? They want to know. That only make them satisfy. In this time, they can go to swimming pool, Somebody can go for a walk. Somebody can go for some shuttle play. Somebody can eat delicious food while cooking at the time of this, at this time of teaching. But the satisfaction lies on listening what is the reality about oneself. So there are different level of satisfaction. Still in one line, Gaudapada Acharya quotes that Sthulam, the gross objects and enjoyments satisfies the witness of waking state, who is called Vaishwanara. And Praviviktam tu Taijasam. The Taijasaha, the witness of the dream state, gets satisfied by the personalized experiences which differ from one to one. Praviviktam. I already mentioned you, the dream will be different from one to one. The experiences are different for every individual. The ideas collected from the experiences are also different. So the material being different from one to one, the impressions, the ambitions, the experiences, the gross things which they witness in the waking state, everything are different from one to one. A person who is living in Buckingham Palace will not have the enjoyment of person who is living in the banks of a river. A person who is living in the Amazon forest will not have the enjoyment or will not have the experience of living in the Himalayas. They differ in their culture, in their perception, the things what are they meet in their daily life. Everything all put together, they make a different way of seeing dreams each other. So it's personalized. Dream is something pravivictam. Individually, they are different for each other. But the witness will satisfied by the dreams what they see. So that is also been told. Ananda book tatha anandascha tada prajnam. The happiness which is born from the non-division of things and the person and the experiences. The happiness which as though happiness, if I say, from the non-division, indivisible state, where there is no division of anything, where there is no division of a person, these things make as though happiness. And he enjoys a temporary freedom from worries. Freedom from worries means it's all not completely dismissed, it's all suspended. This freedom from worries and the thought, suppose you have a limitation with the physical body. There are people around us who are physically challenged with their body. When they go to sleep, they are not aware of their physical challenges, correct? They sleep properly, happily. When they wake up only again, they will be thinking about their physical challenges. So, everything in this world get merged in the time of deep sleep. That deep sleep will give the freedom from worries, even though they are not completely vanished or disappeared, which will happen only when you know the reality about oneself, which is going to say the same person will be freed from all kinds of worries without having any effort. My all situations will not be changing, still I will be free from all kinds of issues and situations, which we are going to see. Now, this freedom from worries will satisfy the consciousness who is the form of witness in the physical body. And this prajna gets satisfied in the deep sleep from this freedom from worries. This is the meaning of, may one know this threefold satisfaction occurring in the body. This is the meaning of fourth verse. Now coming more deeper, the fifth verse. I will read and will give you the explanation. Trishu dhameshu yat bhojyam bhokta yascha pragirtida veda yetad upayam yastu saha punjanaha na lipyate. Again I will read. Trishu dhameshu yat bhojyam bhokta yascha pragirtida veda yetad upayam yastu saha punjanaha na lipyate. Trishu dhameshu. All these three states, in all these three states, yet bhojyam, What are the experiences? What are the things enjoyed? What are the things to be enjoyed? They are different. Yad bhojya, yad bhokta. Who is the experiences of everything in these three states? Here, the experienced object and the experiencer. Even though it is stated three states, one state is covered by ignorance. There is no experiences. But other two states are having clear experiences. So one state will be just ignorant. Other two states, the experiencer is there, experiences also there. Prakirtida is being proclaimed, announced. Prakirtida. Described, it can be also like that. There is a witness of external things in the waking state. There is a witness in the dream state who enjoy the mental modification of thoughts. And there are material objects in the waking state. There are material objects in the form of thoughts in the dream state. And there are experiencer for both of these states. These people who are under discussion are connected with these states. Veda may one know etat ubhayam, both are, even though enjoying, even after enjoying, they are untouched by the experiences. They are not contaminated by the experiences. I will give you the whole meaning now, once more. Now, word by word, I given you. One who is perceiving the external object, one who is perceiving the dream objects, those experiences, even though they enjoy all the objects respectively in the waking state and the dream state, they never get impurified. They never become impure. They never get touched by all these experiences. We have to know a bit more. How can a person be free while enjoying? That is why I introduced you witness. When an incident is occurring and you are there as a witness, the incident may be good or incident may be bad. The witness doesn't have any role on that. The witness is a person who is watching the entire thing. He never get touched by anything happened in the incident. So, the experiencer is a mere superimposition in my thought. My ego satisfaction. I just assume I am an experiencer. In the dream state also, it's only imagination that I am enjoying the entire. I never get touched. I am untouched by the experiences happening in the waking state. I never get touched by the experiences happening in the dream state. I am ever pure. The experiences are being only witnessed by me. The experiencer and the experiences are just a superimposition on the individual consciousness. I am the witness of all these things. I will give you an example. When I say witness, it will be difficult for few people who are beginners to understand. There is a text written by the Adi Shankara. Drik Drishya Vivek. In that text, he gives a slogan, a verse. It is like this. Agamanme manonyatra sampradam chastirikrutam ittham yo veti dhivritti sohamityavadharaya. Agamanme manonyatra sampradam chastirikrutam ittham yo veti dhivritti sohamityavadharaya. When you are attending the class, your mind just go away for certain things which are occurring in your house or where you are sitting. And when the mind returns now, and a person who is beyond the mind comes to know, my mind has gone little bit far away for the time being. And right now it came back, and now I am focusing the class. Who is the person who is thinking like this? My mind has gone somewhere and it's roam away. Maybe my cat is there, or my children came from school, or my maid came and kept a cup of tea, whatever it may be. The mind goes for a time being towards that and come back. Oh, now the mind has returned. I am focusing the class. Who is the person who thinks like this? This person is called witness or the individual soul who never touched by any experiences occurring in the waking state or dream state or deep sleep state. Saha Bunjanaha, even after the all experiences, he never get touched by any kind of experiences. What a beautiful way of understanding that individual soul is the real thing I am. That is my reality. I am not a human being. I played all drama. I got married. I got children. I am a house owner. I'm a owner of a car. These are all drama. The reality is this consciousness which is never subject to death and birth, and who is the witness of all external experiences, and who is the witness of all dream experiences, and who is witnessing the freedom of worries, is the real nature of mind. Nobody made me understand this. Everybody made me a buffoon. You are a human being. You are having this type of features. You have to do, because responsibilities are like this. My mistake and error is being taken granted by everybody. They never corrected me, and I flow in the life along with them without understanding my reality. Now the Upanishad and the teachers, traditional teachers, make me to know what is your real nature. You don't get touched by the happiness, or you never get touched by the worries, because you are beyond the worries and happiness. You are always untouched by the experiences. This is the meaning of this verse. We will go to the next verse in the next class. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Gobrahmanibhya Shupamastu Nityam Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshadu Parjanyaha Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Choparahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamata Purnamitam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.